Hi, I'm Maribel Lopez from Lopez Research, and I'm here at ET6 with Marty Sprinzen from VANTIQ. And we've had a really interesting set of discussions around enterprise transformation. And one of the things that is happening with enterprise transformation is this move to mobility, this move to IoT, this move to a real-time economy and real-time data-driven enterprises. And I could think of nothing more interesting than to talk to Marty about how he sees companies moving to this real-time concept. Can you spend a minute talking a little bit about what you think is important that companies should think about as they're embracing this real-time aspect of business?
Okay. Well, first of all, of course, we totally agree that businesses are moving into the real time, which means events, which means analyze what's happening out there and take action on it. And what we see in the industry is a huge move, a lot of experimentation. Smart cities being a whole set of applications that could be run to monitor air, to monitor water, to monitor traffic, and then take action on it. Maybe get someone involved if there's an emergency, call EMTs if there's an accident, etc. The problem and the challenge is these applications are very complex. Like you said, smartphones, IoT, cloud. How do you build applications today that span all of these technology areas and include services like AI and AR? So what VANTIQ is about is enabling these applications to be built at a very high level of abstraction. And what may take months to build in VANTIQ can be built in days. And we have proven this with a number of customers. But I also believe from an industry perspective, this is an absolute requirement. We can't build software the old way anymore. It has to be done mostly visually, kind of like the building block approach, and easily modifiable.
So does the abstraction help in the sense of making it faster? Like why do we need the abstraction per se?
To make it far faster and far less complex. So for example, in VANTIQ you could build an Uber application, a basic one, not the database, but the interaction part in a few hours. You could say, find a driver, and the system will automatically find a driver given certain set of parameters within 1 mile that's available, that is this kind of car, that is working for the next few hours, depending upon where the passenger is going. That's one rectangular box on a screen. Then the system can track the car to pick up the passenger. And if the car doesn't get there in time, do something different. By doing that, instead of all that low-level programming, the programmers or even the end users can design these applications very quickly and modify them very quickly. So instead of being plumbers, they're just designing what they want as an end result.
Now, I know one thing that we've talked about in the past is the concept of complex event processing. Mm-hmm. Is this the same? Is it different? How do I think about it today?
A very good question. And it is very similar. Complex event processing, mostly used by financial institutions, was able to analyze what to do in real time and take action upon it. But complex event processing systems, engines, don't run in today's world. They're not distributed, they don't interface to people, they just take in events and take actions on it very quickly. What we're doing is what we've done is create a system that can do it in real time with lots of different inputs from IoT, safety areas, security areas. Cameras can analyze who's there. Is it an employee? Is it after hours? Is that okay? Raise an exception or collaborate with somebody if it's not. And this is, in fact, a whole bunch of complex events in real time.
Makes a lot of sense. So we're basically taking similar concepts, moving them forward as we look at a different technology stack, adding that level of abstraction that people need, adding the concept of doing real time. Now, recently, you just won the prestigious Cody Award. That's very exciting from the SIIA. I used to help them judge some of the Cody Awards. So tell me about that. What did they see as valuable?
They gave us the award for Platform as a Service. We won the award 2 days ago, so we just recently won it. And we also won the Gartner Award for Cool Vendor in our category.
Because who doesn't want to be cool after all? I mean, really.
The word's coming back. I think in answer to your question, why we're winning these awards, There is no other company that I'm aware of that is targeting our area of real-time event processing for business and enabling it to happen at a very high level of abstraction, meaning low code or no code. And there is nobody at this point that's really targeting this market segment, and the market is clearly moving that way.
Well, I think there's a lot of interest in terms of how do we deal with bringing in data from a ton of different devices moving forward. So I think there's a lot of opportunity in the space. So what brought you to ET6?
As you know, I gave the keynote speech here, and I think the software industry is in transition. The complexities that are occurring now with all of these stacks of this kind and all of these AI and AR service technologies has created so much complexity that developing software the old way is becoming impossible for companies. And so I came here to give a keynote to address that particular issue and to talk about there are solutions. You know, we're one of the first, but there will be others too. We know that, although we're moving ahead very rapidly with technology.
Got to keep pace.
Got to, set the pace.
Set the pace. I like that. Yeah. One of the things that we've been seeing at Lopez Research is we have a lot of our enterprise clients that are struggling with the speed that they need to develop and adapt because it's a very agile, dynamic environment. So I'm excited to see solutions coming into the space to help with that, and I'm really happy that you came to ET6. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you. You're welcome.